Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow of Roast Issue of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. I'm also licensed principal broker of Canada Express Mortgaging, license number 13241. Tonight we're going to talk about the trend and then we share about Realty Newsflash showing some statistic for the January transaction that took place in under Toronto Regional Real Estate Board data. This is the world's largest real estate board that share the data. Interesting part about the trend is that we want to find out how our professional as well as consumer are behaving in the real estate market, buying and selling real estate. So I did some poll on LinkedIn. And if you are on a LinkedIn, you can follow me. I have very significant followers on LinkedIn. So I did a poll and it's still going on. And we talk about certain topics. So one topic that I mentioned about, because of escalation of prices, even though we have a stress test, we have an interest rate hike by the Bank of Canada, we also still have a lot of other challenges. So I asked some questions to professional realtors, loan officer, wealth manager, builder, developer, and also professional who are on LinkedIn to give me, the poll is continuing and it started at various dates. So the highest rated poll that gave a almost 1,805 impression question was, does the mortgage fraud affect the real estate market? The question was, does the mortgage fraud affect the real estate market value and affordability for home buyers? Say yes or no. 88% they're saying that mortgage fraud will cause an increase of value of property that you own and also affordability issue for the buyer. So far we have 18%, 88% saying that, whereas 12% are saying no, it does not. So I'm going to click on to see who are these, what is the background. So I have a project supervisors, president of appraisal. I have a digital marketing company. I have also investment people with the banks and senior advisors with the bank and consultant, financial advisors. They are saying it does this affect it. And so therefore, when you are buying and selling a property, to make sure that, and also for the real estate professional, when you're assisting someone, that make sure he or she is qualified, because we have certain obligation as a registrant with FINTRAC, and anytime some transactions happen in a cash, we have to report to FINTRAC, because procedure of Money, Crime, and Terrorist Financing Act is create obligation to all realtors and all those people involved with the transaction to make sure that they are documented and reported. You don't have to really tell anyone. You just create the form and send it to them, and if you suspect that. And now few of them, they say, no, it doesn't affect. And some are project manager, and some are PFSA and FBI certified. So each has opinion. We still have about 5 more days left in this this survey. So we're going to continue and see what happened. It was a little bit lower. It came to the top now. The second highest rated the poll show 1,765 impression, and we have votes. It's a question is, If your work can be done remotely, would you prefer to buy a detached home, a distance away from work, or buy a condo in a big city? So this was a question. 85% people say buy a detached home, distance away from the work, because their work will not require to be present or very limited travel. So they will go to a distance away from the work. So 85%. Only 15% buy a condo apartment in 15% in city. So let's look and see what type of people are those. Business development manager, sale manager, consultant, financial advisor, and supply chain planners, and sales representative, uh, stack developers, senior accountant, and I would say senior account manager, commercial, and product specialist. So these are the people who are thinking that no, I'd rather have a big house because the family, especially when you get married, you have kids, you will be needing more space for the kids to play. And that's why they're moving and toward the buying a house. And you can buy an apartment in downtown a big city, or with the same amount, you may be able to buy a detached home. That's why it's very important to think about that and see the trend is they are saying. So there are some people, some saying, no, I will buy a condominium unit there because they like city, and some are with the banks, and some are with the, different investment, because financial hub is in Toronto. So people want to stay in close to the big city. So we still have 4 more days. We have lots of votes coming, and we still have more days to see the total result, and it will be partial. Now, the third largest, the third in sequence poll was interest rate hike. Interest rate hike has affected all of us. And the interest rate hike by Bank of Canada has created an environment that stress tests should be eliminated. Do you recommend OFC to eliminate stress tests? That when you qualify for mortgage, and the Bank of Canada OFC rule requires you to pay 2% more when you qualify for a mortgage at 2%. Now, with the purpose was that if the mortgage interest rate escalate and you have a variable mortgage and you can pay the payment and make sure you have a 2% margin of safety. So now the Bank of Canada escalation of policy interest rate went by 4% in 2020 in 1 year. That forfeit the purpose of a 2% stress test, and it went beyond due to inflation rate. The idea was that you cover 2%. Now, if the Bank of Canada has increased the rate by 4%, so they have superseded or forfeited the purpose of having a stress test. So therefore, I ask our members, we still have 6 more days to go. We is only 1 day. 59% agrees that OFC rule should be eliminated. 41% says no, we should not eliminate stress tests. So let's look at see what type of category of these professionals are. Even the bank are saying don't do that. Even the real estate are saying do that. There are some shop overseas says don't do that. So, and then we have a team builder. Business is saying that, and bank are mostly, and some from Calgary is saying don't do that, and some painting company is saying don't do that, and these and some CEO and accountants, they are saying that don't do that. So we have disagreement in terms of should we OFC rules is there. We still have 6 more days, only 1 day. The survey will be completed in 7 days, and we share the net result at the end. So Now we're going to talk about the next topic, and that will be digital marketing. We have a trend in digital marketing since we have a pandemic. It totally changed our conventional method of doing business. We start doing virtual tools, getting 3D, we have open houses through digital, even though we have opened up. So a question I asked that digital marketing is now deemed essential for all businesses to survive in this competitive market. And I say choose one. Now, 94% agree that digital technology has transformed. We have so far 94% on 6% said they want to learn. We still have 5 more days left to get the comment, and we have 1,385 impressions. So idea is to find out where the trend is, where everything is going, and how, because your real estate professional who are registrant are helping and shaping your banks, the lender, the loan officer, the wealth management, all those are shaping your real estate industry, and they are participant, and their feedback is very important and essential for us to create a process where we are able to learn from them. Now, this is very important that you all are, and one of the interesting part was that life is full of challenges. Life is full of challenges and stress. Okay? And as you know, in real estate, we are only get paid when a deal transaction take place. We have to pay for the car, we have to pay for the insurance, we have to pay the home mortgage, we have to pay car payments, and we have to pay student loans, we have to pay household goods, everything. And so therefore, we have some stresses, particularly in real estate, because majority of them may not be in a commission-based business. So I question is, why life is full of challenges and stress. Which one option will you choose to overcome these challenges and stress? Now you're a home buyer, you want to buy a property, you have a stress. You don't know how to buy a home. You definitely need to talk to a real estate professional because we have a team. You can call me directly 416-451-3489. I'm the president and founder of City Pro Realty Inc. and also a fellow of Real Estate Institute of Canada. And you can check that. And then we can give you some guidance how to reduce. So I gave some options: positive attitude, avoid conflict, financial management, time management. So 83% said is positive attitude is the way to go forward, because that is how you avoid the stress. Obviously, you have challenges. If you have challenges, you definitely have to think positively how to overcome this challenge. Talk to your friend, talk to your mentor and educator, and say, I need some help. But if you have a negative and anger or that kind of attitude, not cooperating with people, you will not be achieving success. We still have five more days to get the full result. So avoid conflict is 17% so far in 2 days. 83% say positive attitude, and avoid conflict is 13%. So that means they're very close to each other. When you are avoiding conflict, you have to have a positive attitude. Nobody mentioned, even though we have such a crisis, people are losing job maybe, and maybe they have a challenge to make payment, but nobody talk about financial management. Nobody talk about the budget. They have a shortage of money. They are worried about their mortgage payment or car payment or job or anything that affects their financial. So far, nobody has said. So if you are a subscriber of YouTube, look for Tahir Qureshi, follow me, and you can watch these polls and participate in them. Now, time management also when you have activities, you are trying to resolve issues, you're setting up all the business activity on a daily basis, you will have to have a time management. So time management is also part and parcel with a positive attitude. Because when you have positive attitude, you will manage your time, you will manage your financial, you will avoid the conflict, and you will achieve a success. So these are the very important poll, and I think there's one more that I want to share before we go to the Realty Newsflash, and that's now most important thing is, does your real estate profession you're dealing with is to make a real difference in people's life and professional life, volunteer. Not only contribute to helping, but you also benefit. Do you agree? So it was intended for real estate professional also. So when you are, or as an individual, as a professional in any profession, if you are volunteering, helping people, and even for your real estate board or real estate board committees or community services or charity, when you volunteer, you are not only helping people, you are helping food bank, raising funds for blood donations, many events. You are also benefit because when you are, let's for example, if you are serving in a real estate committee, for example, or taking warranty or mortgage, committees, whichever field that you are in, you will learn from your peer friends who will be part of that committee. If you become a board director, you will learn the skill set, how to navigate, how to learn from each other, and you build your leadership quality. These are part and parcel with volunteering. And also when you create that network, you're serving community and everyone, you will have the opportunity to network. When they ask you, give me your business card, then you, or contact information, you can end up giving a business card as a real estate agent or mortgage broker or wealth manager or loan officer or whatever, or builder, developer, or home builder. That information they will say, oh, I didn't know I plan to buy a house. And they're going to use you for that because you've been doing a contribution to so you are going to benefit for that network. So I have received a feedback in 3 days, 67% are saying, I agree that when you volunteer and you help others, you will benefit. 33% say I don't agree, and number 3 was I am not sure. Nobody said anything. We have a little bit less vote in there. We have 494 impressions so far. So idea again is to look at this. So that means now if you are a small family, you're looking to buy a house, you can work remotely, you are moving away from the big city because you want to buy a detached home. That is a trend. Now, as you know, the mortgage, we want to make sure that you declare your income, you have verifiable income, you know the source of down payment, and if you parents or family friends give you money, that money is gifted, you have to have an affidavit that this money is not refundable. If you borrow that money, it becomes a liability, your mortgage threshold will go down. This is very important. Now, as far as OFC rules, stress test, it appears that so far people want that to be gone so they can qualify a little bit more because it will really help you to increase your affordability and more people will qualify. And obviously, on digital marketing, I have a course there you can watch on YouTube channel, Tahir Qureshi Realty Coffee Talk, where you can watch this digital marketing. And concept is, do you understand that? What is that content, platform, and then outcome, and then feedback? There is a video on the program. I have provided a link on LinkedIn. You can follow me on LinkedIn or subscribe to my YouTube channel. So this is very important for each one of you, that Then we have a code of ethics about real estate we're going to talk about the next episode, because advertising concept that when people are advertising, all real estate profession has to get their advertising material approved by their broker of record. And to advertise, especially consent for sold property, I see many property in the marketplace. People keep using it. They have a limitation in terms of how long can you use it. You must have to have a consent from your buyer and seller, and depending on what the time frame is that when you have listed or sold the property. A lot of people are keeping video virtual tour online, and they should be taking it down because you don't have a consent after the property has been sold to continue to promote unless you have obtained written consent. So we're going to continue to make sure that in terms of part of your mortgage, 4 things very important for securing a mortgage. When you ask a real estate professional to help you buy a property, number 1, you must have an income. You must have a verifiable income. That means you have reported your income to CRA, you have a T4 or T4A for the commission professional or dividend you get from the corporation, and your T4 and notice of assessment. You have that minimum for 2 years. You must be working at least 3 years in the industry. Okay. Now, if you have a properties, you have to disclose that you have asset and we have liability. Make sure you disclose those everything from your student loans, your mortgages, car payment, any borrowed money, any line of credit, because it becomes a challenge. And also source of income, wherever income that you have to declare on your T1 journal if you're self-employed, because a self-employed normally requires 35% down payment in order to get the mortgage. And first-time home buyer has a special program. You need to give me a call. I can guide you where you can get money. So this is very important to understand. Number 4, your credit bureau. Credit bureau is very critical because if you are having a 650 plus your credit score, you have potential of getting a lending from big banks. Okay. Now, if you don't qualify, there is an alternate lending available. I am a principal broker of Canada Express Mortgage License 13241. I can help you to get B lending, but it should be temporary until you are ready to go back to your prime lending. Or private lending is available. If you're short of money, it's expensive. You end up paying brokerage fees. So, but it's available. But if you get in trouble, you don't want to lose your equity. You made a commitment, and your appraised value came down lower than the APS value, and you need money. Give me a call, 905-785-9926 or 416-451-3489. We're going to take a short break, and after that, we're going to talk about our statistic, what happened in January 2023.
Are you going through a challenging time with your life? Pandit Nandha ji has experience in astrology, helping people by reading into their astrological charts along with future readings. The astrologer does reading of your face, palm, horoscope, vastu, planet, black magic removal, evil spells and spirits, voodoo, spiritual healer, love, removes jadoo, and many more. The astrologer has a center in Brampton with the name of Pandit Nandha ji, where you can visit him and find a solution to all your problems. Connect with him at 1-647-822-9607.
Babu Pan and Shawarma. Now serving from 4 locations.
KK Travel believe in providing everyone the first-class customer service. We take care not only for your air ticket, but dignity and respect as well. We are available for you anytime on WhatsApp, even while you are in Pakistan or any other destination. KK Travels guarantee lowest prices and are open to price match any airline.
We are KK Travels under supervision of Qais Khan at 905-367-9433 or visit www.qaiskhan.travels.com.
Welcome to EB Electronics. Please call 647-762-3956.
डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस पिछले 16 सालों से खरीदारों की खिदमत कर रहे हैं। हम लगातार 4 सालों से खरीदारों की पहली पसंद बने रहने का अवार्ड हासिल कर चुके हैं। हम किचनर्स, बॉश, वर्लपूल, एलजी, सैमसंग और जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ लें। हम आप सभी को टीवी सबसे ज्यादा रियायती दामों पर देने की गारंटी देते हैं। www.dixieelectronics.ca हमारी वेबसाइट पर जाएं या अभी कॉल करें 905-625-5900। सभी बहुत ही मुनासिब कीमत पर दस्तयाब हैं जो आप बाआसानी से ले सकते हैं। At Dixie, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
रमदान एक्सपो रमदान और ईद की जरूरियात के लिए बेहतरीन खरीदारी का मकाम है। 3 रोजा इवेंट में 200 से जायद नुमाइश कुनंदगान शामिल होंगे जो बुनियादी तौर पर इस्लामी लवाजमात, फैशन और बहुत कुछ पेश करेंगे। एक तफरीही कार्निवल का भी एहतमाम किया गया है जहां फैमिलीज, बच्चों, बड़ों और दोस्तों के साथ आप लुत्फानंदोज होंगे। रमजान एक्सपो में मारूफ रेस्टोरेंट भी शामिल हैं जो आपको अपना लजीज खाना पेश करेंगे ताकि आप अपने प्यारों के साथ लुत्फानंदोज हो सकें। The 6th रमजान एक्सपो बाय मुस्लिम वुमेनप्रेन्योर्स 10, 11 और 12 मार्च को द इंटरनेशनल सेंटर मिसिसागा में मुनक्किद होगा। आप आना मत भूलिएगा अपने फ्रेंड्स और फैमिली के साथ।
Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. We have talked about real estate trend and real estate newsflash. Let's talk about the latest Realty Newsflash, which was published on 7th February 23 by myself, and using Toronto Regional Real Estate Board market-wide data. The sold data from TREB market-wide for January 23 show sale down by -44%, as 44.6% as compared to January 2022. Active listing increased from January 22 to January 23 by 124.6%. Now, sales transaction and average price were down in all type of homes in January 23 in 416 and 905 area. I now expect the Bank of Canada to keep the policy rate at 4.5 throughout 23. Given that the Bank of Canada forecast headline inflation to fall to 2.6% instead of 3% predicted this year, and its preferred inflation measures appear to have peaked. I still believe the Bank of Canada may increase the policy rate in 2023 if it fails to achieve desired inflation rate. Now, many homeowners reach a trigger point when the lender will require an increased down payment to maintain a balance between interest and principal amount, as the current payment will not be sufficient to pay the interest. If you have any question, please feel free to write Tahir at realtycoffeetalk.com or Tahir at cityprorealty.net or Tahir at expressmortgage.ca. Now let's look at the deal, the figures that we have. I'm going to talk about this. We have significant price difference in the area. So year over sale, our sale drop, like in 2022, was 5,594. Now is 3,100 to 2023. The highest reduction in sale in terms of transaction for 2021-22 in January. Now our new listing is minus 3.7, and obviously active listing are increased 124 plus 6%. So we are more listing to sell. Our average price as compared to January 2022 to January 2023 has minus 16.4. So it is gone down, and average listing day on the market is 29 days in 23 as compared to 22, 13 days. So there is an increase of 123.1%. So if you are selling a property and you predict that there is a longer time to sell the property, so make sure you are making all the payments as you have promised in the mortgage, because you can get trouble if you default on that. Now, property day on the market is 41 days instead of 18 days in 2022. So that's 127.8%, which is 41 days. So if you list a property to sell it, so expect that the property will be selling a longer date. Now let's talk about a general sales and average price by major type of category, because it's important if you are a home seller or a buyer buying the property. A detached home, I would just say that every transaction, detached home, semi, and townhome, and condo was minus. Okay, average price for detached home, semi, townhome, condo was minus. If you want to see this detailed newsflash, you can go to LinkedIn.com and look for Tahir Qureshi. Follow me, and you can see the detail that I'm presenting to you. Now, detached home, there were 1,384 sold in most of them sold in 905 area, and average price was 1.486 million in 416. In 905 it was 1.298809 in 905 area. The semi-detached, there were 240 transactions, most 84 in 416 and 190 and 156 in 905, and 240 together. Average price of a semi in 416 was 1,150,506, and 905 was 949,206. If you combine them two together, average price is 1,019,668. Now look at the townhome. There were 499 townhomes sold, 92 in 416, 407 in 905, and average price in 416 was 981 and 981,187, and 905 was 866,458. and average price between the two was 887,610. And condo, there were total transaction 950, more condos sold in Toronto than 905 in 416 area. Average price was 711,171 and 905 was 646,712. Average price between 416 and 905 area was 687,696. So these are the prices. Now I'm going to show back, repeat back to you about the overall. So in January of 2022, we have sold 5,594, and average price was 1,242,407, and now we have sold only 3,100, and average price is 1,038,668. So this gives you a perspective what happening in the marketplace. So all sales are negative, all average price increases are negative. Now, I suggest to you, this is overall trap data. There is a ITSO and other board, they may have some listing, they are not included there. This data does not show any listings or property that are sold by the builders or privately off the MLS, sold by the seller. They are not listed in data. So the most important thing is for you is to speak to a real estate professional who can guide you and prepare a CMA for the property you want to sell or the property you want to buy. If you need any help, please give me a call, 905-785-9923, or directly 416-451-3489. I'd be more than happy to help you. Thank you for watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Ent in and around the world. We'll see you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Bye for now. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Bye for now.